Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the PWF Empire podcast. Jay here along with Cass, and it is Friday. Lord have mercy. Yes, it is Friday. The weekend has
Yeah, you have
arrived.
no idea.
Oh, I have an idea. This week has been rough. It's been a fun and very I feel accomplished this week, but
Yeah,
with accomplishments, you have the hard work behind it, and I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired
I'm
as hell.
tired. I'm tired. I'm frustrated. I'm aggravated. Let me tell you, you say you've had a rough week. I've had a rough week.
Oh, I haven't had a rough week. I've just had a very taxing week. I was back in the command center today. I had some good stuff like the 24 command center. It was fun
Oh,
though.
the tax thing. You mean the one that we were talking about the other night that I just went along with the conversation and then I didn't realize till the next day I realized and I found out what a W-2 was for the first time?
No, not not at all. No, we'll talk about it later. But
There you go.
um, yes, we have Elimination Chamber to discuss tonight.
One of my
And
favorite pay-per-views.
yes, I am so glad that Elimination Chamber is back in between the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania.
Yeah,
I've said before that I am not a fan of these themed pay-per-views like
yeah.
TLC, Money in the Bank, and
It really is
stuff like
TLC.
that. Yeah, Hell in a Cell, of course, that's like number one on the freaking list. But
It
I
really is.
love the Elimination Chamber. I really do because doesn't it, it doesn't bog you down with like some one-on-one match on the road to WrestleMania, because a lot of the
Yeah.
times you get stuff like this and it could possibly be filler, or it doesn't really matter much, or it could kind of get you off track, and then WWE has to do like this breakneck turn into WrestleMania. With the Elimination Chamber, you are provided with the opportunity to get a very entertaining match with a different concept, and you get a lot of people in there, and there are many storylines that could spin out of that match, and I just think that it's a fun stop on the road to WrestleMania. So I'm really glad that the Elimination Chamber is back, and this time, and it going over to SmackDown, my
Thank
favorite brand
goodness.
currently. Yeah, I looked at the competitors in the Elimination Chamber match.
I
When
like
they
them.
announced it, I was like, yes, I cannot friggin' wait for this match. It's like, it's really, really
Hmm.
stacked. It really is.
Yeah, yeah, it's like I also hear a lot of people say that having pay-per-views in between Mania can somewhat be a bad thing because yeah, it was a Sean Ross Sapp from Fightful. He actually mentioned this a few times on how like he would hate the fact that 30 guys would compete in the Rumble match, but yet six of those would get a title shot weeks later. And I could see his point on that because it's kind of contrived because it's like, why would you compete in the Rumble? Why not just take your chance at the Elimination Chamber and just go to WrestleMania that way? But I could see his point. But yeah, I personally do like the fact that Elimination Chamber is between WrestleMania and the Royal Rumble because it provides one opportunity, and plus WWE likes to change stories all the time. And what Elimination Chamber provides you is the fact that you could have a Mania match made after that, or you could have a championship run with somebody out of nowhere, and then you can give them a little run. So it just provides more storytelling, and not to mention the concept of it. Like,
Yeah, I love the
thank you, Eric
concept.
Bischoff. Thank
But,
you, Eric Bischoff. But I heard
well,
that
it
it's supposed
technically
to
it
be a
was
new
Triple
chamber.
H
Yeah.
behind. The legit creator of the Elimination Chamber is Triple H. Eric Bischoff just introduced it on screen. But going back to your comment from someone else talking about why
Yeah.
not just take your chances in the Elimination Chamber, that does not make sense within the WWE universe, because the Elimination Chamber is supposed to be some barbaric structure that could wreak havoc on someone's body, and it could take
Yeah.
time off of their careers. To say that, okay, I'm not going to compete in the Royal Rumble where all you have to do to lose that match is get thrown over the top rope. Hell, you don't even need to get hurt in that one. But in the Elimination Chamber, there's so much risk from a violence standpoint and
Hmm.
for, bodily harm to be inflicted on you. So when I hear, oh, take your chances in the chamber, no, because hell, look at Randy Orton. In talking specifically about the characters, the
Yeah.
fictional universe of WWE, Randy Orton is sitting pretty right now. He doesn't have to
Yeah.
compete in the Elimination Chamber because he won the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble versus the Elimination Chamber, the Royal Rumble, that's the easier option. So I
Oh yeah.
understand why a character, would want to compete in the Royal Rumble and avoid the Elimination Chamber altogether. So if you kind of look at it from the in-universe perspective, the Elimination Chamber is a bit of a punishment. It's like, okay, well, you didn't win the Royal Rumble, so here's what we're gonna do. You
And you
you
know
can tough it out
what's
in here.
Yeah, what's great about it is the fact that this year this is the first time that we've gotten Elimination Chamber since the 2015 special on the network,
Hmm.
because that was the last time we had gotten it. So it's been a while since we've seen this match. So it's good to see it back. So let's get
Weren't
into
there
this card.
multiple matches on that show? That
Yes,
25th,
but
multiple elimination chambers.
no, there was only one.
There was
The
one
one
elimination chamber show that they
oh
did pretty recently where it was multiple ones, and was it like a tag team elimination chamber?
oh yeah, the tag team elimination chamber match, and then the match for the Bacon IC championship
Oh
inside the
yeah,
chamber.
yeah. That was in 2015. I remember that IC
Mm.
elimination chamber. That fucking sucked. But I'm glad that they're down to one now. So yeah, we
Let's
have
get into this card.
yeah. Let's go ahead and start off with one of the three women's matches that will be
Three,
taking place, which is
three.
surprising to me because, well, I guess if you look at the way that SmackDown is and the stories that they've told on a week to week basis, it's not
Best
really
women's division.
surprising if you've been like paying attention, but it's just like, well, damn, we've gotten to this point now where there are three women's matches. And I was thinking to myself, okay, well, something is crazy is going on here. Like, they're not going to have all three of these matches on the main show, but apparently they will be, because I just checked the card for Elimination Chamber, and Mojo Rawley versus Curt Hawkins. That's going to be the pre-show match. So yeah, the three
It
women.
deserves to be on the pre-show.
The three women's matches. Let's start with the first one we're going to be discussing: Nikki Bella
Okay.
versus Natalya. Now, the go home build up for this one was them
Oh
doing
my
these.
lord.
They were in separate places via
No, they
satellite,
weren't.
but yeah,
No, they
you know
weren't.
they were sitting in the same damn room. Like in all actuality, they were sitting
Because
in
of
the
the
same damn room.
lighting.
But yeah, as far as what they wanted us to believe, they were in separate places via satellite, and an interview was being conducted with both of them at the same time. Now, I like Nikki. That's my homegirl. Natalya,
Hmm.
I like Nikki. Okay,
These women cannot act.
they are terrible actors. They really are. Man, this was kind of
Stop
this was
using that
brutal.
trump card.
This was brutal.
Yes, they are.
Hmm. But yeah, this match though, I mean, this feud has been very physical, and finally getting these two in a match. Aside from some very questionable acting and questionable
Some?
statements, what? Okay, most
Really?
of it,
Some?
most, maybe all, but yeah, the match though, I this could possibly be a good match.
Oh yeah, I think in ring wise, we all know that the match is gonna be fine. It's just like, what's the? I really don't get the premise or the purpose of this feud. I really don't, because it's honestly like it's almost like the Carmella and Nikki Bella feud. They just took Carmella out because Natalya is still attacking Nikki, which is what Carmella was doing. It's like they took the same feud and they just put Natalya in that slot. And again,
Yep.
no offense to both of these women, but it's just they have proven that, like, here's the thing: when you know they're not acting right, you can't get into the story well, and it's just like, and honestly, again, I'm gonna ask this question: like, what is this really about? Because pretty much what we've seen is just like Natalya saying the same things about Nikki Bella over and over again. And you could even hear in some of those promos that they were doing were almost repeating.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were the same words, just reworded every single week from a script. And that little segment from the Go Home show that they tried to do was just absolutely horrendous. I'm sorry. And you knew they were in the same place because of the lighting situation. Like you knew they were sitting beside each other. So I'm not even buying that. But yeah, in ring wise, I think it's gonna be the best women's match on the show. I'm gonna go with Nikki Bella for the win because I just don't see what you do with Natalya with this win, and plus Nikki
Yeah.
Bella needs to be protected in my opinion.
Well, the best women's match, I don't know about that one. We got another one that I won't even necessarily say it's competition. It might run away with it, but we'll get there though. As far as Nikki Bella and Natalya are concerned, I did like the build up that they had on Talking Smack with Natalya
The
attacking
attacking.
Nikki. That was a
That's
pretty nice attack.
that's
Um,
pretty much all it's been, and that's pretty much all you need to see from this whole thing is the attacks. And honestly, I don't know about you, but I felt that Nikki Bella's character has honestly looked really dumb throughout this last month.
I'm
And
ready
pretty
for
much,
her
and
to move on from this John Cena stuff.
it's really getting tired. And plus, it's not helping. It really isn't helping Nikki Bella because like seriously, Nikki Bella is pretty much looking like her character's looking like an idiot every single week. It's like you don't. It's like you really cannot tell. Like you really need to watch her back, and you just don't see that in Nikki Bella. You're not protecting her character, in my opinion.
Okay, we are going to move on to the next match. This is
Oh yeah,
American Alpha in a tag team turmoil match for the with their titles on the line. They're going to be facing Heath Slater and Rhyno, Breezango, the Usos, Ascension, and the Vaudevillains.
good God Almighty.
I mean, this
Um.
is your tag team division, right? You're a big tag team fan.
Oh yeah. It's my division, but it's just like I'm gonna say, it's American Alpha have not been. They have not been on. They have not felt like champions. They haven't been treated like champions. Like I felt as if the point to put the belts on American Alpha so you could repair the damage that you did to them when you first brought them up to the main roster. Now that they're champions, I mean these guys weren't even at the Royal Rumble on the event. And it's like they only defended the titles once. Even before the Rumble, you didn't really have them appear at all. So it says I feel as if American Alpha, and this is further proves my point. I don't think they should have won the belts when they did, even though they had to change the plans. But you stick American Alpha with these guys, like they look like. I mean, seriously, like look at the division. While I do think it's good, and it's definitely got a lot of teams that they can get better. SmackDown just doesn't get behind most of them, and when you don't get behind a lot of the people in your division, then it's like when you actually put these guys in front as the challengers in whatever division that they're in, it's like there's only like one or two challengers, and honestly, I would have just left this American Alpha in the Usos because when you put American Alpha with these jabronis, unfortunately, it brings their
Mm-hmm.
level down. So it's like I'll go with American Alpha for the win, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Usos brought it up because you need a heel. You need a heel team to win. You need a heel team right now because American Alpha. We saw them when they were the NXT Tag Team Champions. They didn't do much with them after they had won the belts. So
Mm-hmm.
this just proves that they're a great chase. So yeah, I'll go with American Alpha for the win, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was the Usos.
Yeah, when they did that segment that basically created this tag team turmoil when American Alpha had the open challenge. I think that the first team to come out was the Usos, and
And
when that
then
happened, no, but let's put the other stuff to the side. First, let me say this: when the Usos came out, I was like, all right, here we go. Let's do this because we know that they had the whole angle where the Usos injured Chad Gable when the Usos were red hot
yeah,
after they turned heel and
but they had them
they
lose.
were firing on all cylinders then. So I looked at that segment when the Usos came out first. I was like, okay, they're about to start picking up this feud between American Alpha and the Usos again. And then everybody else came out. And where American Alpha stands right now, you could tell that
Hmm.
they're the booking
They're just
team.
champions.
They're flying by the seat of their pants. They have no plan for American
None.
Alpha, and it just doesn't come off well for them. Of course, I like seeing them. I like seeing them compete in the ring.
Yeah.
They're great, but you can tell that there's no solid plan for what they want these guys to accomplish as champions, and that is going to hurt them in the long run because no matter how good they are, if they're not doing
Hmm.
anything of substance, then it's just not going to click. And I'll agree with you. And when you said that maybe they shouldn't have won the titles, because even that moment kind of came out of nowhere. It was a good match, but with a team like that, you want to build up some momentum to that point, and it was just like, okay, wow, well, American Alpha,
Also,
okay.
Also, before they had won the belts, they didn't protect them
Hmm.
enough. Like that's a team that they really should have protected. But it was like I know that the Usos were feuding with American Alpha, and the Usos were probably the best team to beat them. But you beat them too early, and then you had them on the pre-show a lot of the times. And get this, watch them if they retain. Watch their butts be on the WrestleMania pre-show because I guarantee you that there's probably gonna be a lot of championship matches. And honestly, real quick, this actually goes the same way for the Raw Tag Team division when you think about it, because it's like you have heel champions, but it's just like there's only like one or two teams in that certain division that matter, and then the rest are just comedy or joke characters. So it's just like it's not a good place
Well, that
for
sounds like the
for
main event scene too.
yeah.
But
The show. Oh, real quick.
the
Q was
Raw main
saying in the
event
chat.
scene.
Yeah, there you go. Q was saying in the chat, Alpha and Usos feud would have some really good matches. I agree, but the problem is for some reason they're holding off on this feud. For some reason they're holding off on it, and I know that there are no plans to call up the revival anytime soon because I heard they're not even on the tier list at the Performance Center, and I think I know why. But honestly, when the revival gets ready, bring them to SmackDown so we can get a credible tag team division.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the Usos for this one too. Not because I think they're gonna win, because like, one thing you guys need to know about me, and I don't know if you caught on throughout all of these years that I've been on YouTube, but I do not give a rat's ass about predictions. Um, and the
There
reason
you
I
go.
say that is because that a lot of the times when it comes to predictions, I have to lock myself to WWE logic. So you get into a situation where you're like, okay, well, what would the creative team of WWE do at this point? That's not the type of guy that I am. I'm the type of guy I look into, momentum, character
Hmm.
moments, and what can lead up to something, better in the future. So that when I say the Usos for the victory here, I'm not saying it because I think they're gonna win. I'm saying it because basically what Cass said. You put the Usos as those, hot ass heel champions, have American Alpha chase them, then that could get us some good stuff, and that could possibly get this tag team division on track. So that's why I picked the Usos for the victory here. Next match we're going to be discussing is Becky Lynch versus Mickie James. They were part
Good stuff.
of a contract signing on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Nice segment. Mickie
Oh
James,
yeah, it
I thought
was.
she cut a damn good promo. Becky Lynch, that was a really good response from her. Um, yeah, when I was talking earlier about a match that could run away with the top women's match of the night, I was
Yeah.
talking about this one here, Becky Lynch versus
Oh,
Mickie James. This could be some really good stuff.
I have no doubt, but it's kind of interesting the way they've been using Mickey James since she has been back. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's good to see Mickey James back on SmackDown because again, adding Mickey James to that division automatically gives that division a lot of credibility. On just with her there, I think we still gotta wait to see like what they plan on doing Mickey James because let's just face it, she's only been back for about a month now, so it's like we still gotta give time for her to adjust. I don't know about you, but I actually thought Mickey James promo, while I thought it was good, it was a bit slow for my
I
liking.
hate how she does that little thing where she
That's
does
like Charlotte
her
level.
S's. She does this.
Yeah, that's like Charlotte level
I
promo.
hate that, but the content and everything else except for those damn S's was
Yeah.
good. If she would
Yeah.
stop that, she'd be top notch, wonderful.
Oh yeah, and yeah, definitely. It's like, but yeah, I'm glad that they're again. I'm really happy because this definitely proves that SmackDown actually uses their women. They don't like have a certain like two or three women that they, even though they're not using, they just don't like dumb them down the card. Like you put them in a program, and if you want them to be in the championship picture, you at least give them something. So it's like, it's not like when you took Sasha Banks off TV for that for the last couple of months, even after she got injured, you decided to keep her off TV because you felt as if you wanted to protect her. But when
Mm-hmm.
she got to facing the women's champion at that time, it was like, why is Sasha Banks getting a title shot when we haven't seen her get any momentum? So at least you're giving these women a secondary feud to be a part of. And I'll be honest with you, since the heels were standing tall, that dual contract signing, I'll go with Mickie James for the win because Mickie honestly needs a win just to establish just the fact that she's back. And real
Mm-hmm.
quick, contract signings are one of the most overplayed cliches in the world of wrestling. I'm
And,
sorry, but
and
they
like I
are.
tweeted you, I 100% agree. But for me, like
Yeah.
I'll acknowledge that, but I won't let it affect my enjoyment of the segment.
Yeah, I got you.
Because when I saw that, I thought it was a damn good segment. I love the energy from everyone. I love the narratives that have been built up by each of the women. And Mickie
Hmm.
James, the fact that she is a veteran coming back from a different generation of wrestling to attack this idea of the women's revolution, I love that. And I was kind of
Yeah.
questioning at first, why is she coming back a heel? Because she
Yeah.
is a legend in women's wrestling, and you want to take advantage of that. She could go out there, she could get a pop, and everybody is going to love her. All of that wonderful stuff. Why would they bring her back as a heel? Her telling the story that she's telling, that's so very necessary, and it does like that hits me. It does
Hmm.
something because every single thing that she's saying, it has merit to it, because women's wrestling
Hmm.
didn't start with the four horsewomen. Mickie
No, it
James
didn't.
was in the ring with Trish Stratus and this
Beth
person and that
Phoenix.
person, tearing it up. She was tearing it up. So yeah, her coming back and saying that I created you, Becky, and I'm gonna destroy you. I love that. And I once again I'm on your side with the pick for the win. I think that we need to establish that yeah, Mickey's back. Mickey's
Yeah.
back, so give her the win.
Yeah, and another good point about that is just the sheer fact of WWE. All the how often do we ask for continuity, and how much do we ask for things to make sense? At least with this, it makes enough sense to where it's where the fans are thinking. Because honestly, most of it is technically true.
Mm-hmm.
They just like really gloss them over. Again, Mickey James was just unfortunately part of that the D word that we will not mention on this damn podcast ever again. She was just under that era, and you had women like Mickie James, Trish Stratus, Beth Phoenix, Michelle McCool, Melina,
Yes.
even Molly Holly. You had women on there. They were just unfortunate under that banner. So yeah. Oh, even Tara. I'm just gonna go with Tara. Oh,
Or
Victoria.
Victoria. Yeah.
Victoria. There you go. Uh, but
Okay.
yeah,
Let's move over to the other side of that contract signing. Alexa Bliss versus Naomi. This is the
she's
match
so
with
great.
the title on the line. When you say she's so great, which one are you talking about?
Alexa Bliss, every single week, I can see she is getting more comfortable. She is getting
Mm-hmm.
better and better and better. And it is so phenomenal to watch because here's the thing. You want to talk about NXT breakout star of the year? Give that Billy Kay, Peyton Royce, get y'all's asses and give it back
Get your
to
monkey
give it
ass
to
off the
Bliss.
call.
Yeah, and give it to Alexa Bliss because honestly, and get this, Jay, I honestly think Alexa Bliss is breakout star, even surpassing the male NXT wrestlers because she takes her position and she owns it. She's confident about it and she knows what she's doing. And her as the champ, like get this, I guarantee you, I feel as if Alexa Bliss, once she gets more seasoning, she can be that heel champion that all she needs to do is just win. And that automatically is enough to get her heat. So when a babyface finally beats her, that babyface is probably going to be supremely over if they keep booking her the way they are.
Yeah, I got to give credit where credit is due. For the character that Alexa Bliss plays, she's pitch perfect. She does every single
Mm-hmm.
thing that she does plays so well into that character, and I love this little thing that she does. Like you'll see it on Talking Smack, or you'll see it on SmackDown sometimes too, where somebody will say something and she'll go from that smiling little cutesy face to like the super bitchy face in a split
Her,
second. She's like the reverse version of a Sour Patch Kid. She's sweet on the outside but sour on the inside, and she does a great job at playing that character.
mm-hmm.
So I'll give her credit there. You could tell that she, like you said, she needs some seasoning. She still needs to be polished up. But
Mm-hmm.
the fact that they gave her the women's championship and they had confidence enough in her to go out there and do something with it, I admire that. I like that they took that chance with
Mm-hmm.
Alexa Bliss. And as far as Naomi is concerned,
Her in-ring work has gotten much better. I will say
yes,
that. Like
it
I've enjoyed
has.
it.
It really has. She has definitely stepped her game up, and just her overall character. She's damn good at her character too. I think that what Naomi would benefit from is having a legit feud to where you can put some substance
Mm-hmm.
behind some of the things that she says, because you'll hear her talking about feeling the glow, and she says very like she says like very generalized statements and things like that. You put some substance behind a feud with her and you can get some magic out of Naomi. I did not see that six woman tag match that took place on the pre-show of the Royal Rumble, but apparently Naomi tore it up in that match.
She did.
I've been seeing great things about her, and I saw the tag match not too long ago on SmackDown. We've reached a point where Naomi is the best hot tag in WWE, and I'm like, okay, I can rock with that. I can rock with Naomi being the best hot tag in WWE, but I would like to see Naomi win this match.
Keyword like.
Because hell, they took a chance with Alexa Bliss. Go ahead, take a
Yeah.
chance with Naomi. I want to see if
And
I want to see the women's championship feel the glow. I want to see it.
yeah, Jay, I'm sorry, but the thing about it is, and somebody in the chat mentioned it, the fact that honestly Naomi's title shot pretty much really is, and I know it because even though Naomi was injured, but she has been gone for quite a bit, and honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing Naomi hold the belt too, but it's like even when you are injured, if you're off TV and then all of a sudden you're in a championship match, unless you are a major star, I
Hmm.
don't want to see you win that championship. But if they can build you up to the point to where after, like they can do a situation where if she loses, they can like they can do a match. Like they can get away with this feud, like going probably even to Mania or maybe even past
Well,
Mania.
see, the
But
thing about that is this isn't the first interaction that Alexa Bliss has had with Naomi. Before
yeah,
Naomi was out, they had a little mini feud with each other that they could have definitely
oh
done
yeah,
something with,
Naomi.
and they won't even talk about it now. Like they say,
That's weird.
they say no, Naomi has pinned Alexa Bliss twice. Hell, Naomi has
But
pinned
she
Alexa
wasn't the
Bliss
champion.
more than no, they're including when they say she pinned Alexa Bliss twice, they're only including the victories that she's had over her as champion. They're not even including the victories that she had over her. What was the show? Was it Backlash or No Mercy? I forget. But the
It
one
was no
where,
mercy.
yeah, the one where Becky Lynch was injured and she couldn't defend the championship, and Alexa Bliss was preparing herself for a championship match, and Naomi comes out, and then Naomi ends up pinning Alexa
Yeah.
Bliss. They could have made something out of that and tied that to what's going on right now, but for some reason they're not.
But Devin, but like I said, you gotta keep the belt on Alexa Bliss because you gotta keep that momentum going. Again, Jay, like I said, if they can build up Alexa Bliss enough, she can be that champion that just beating the fan favorites is enough to get her enough heel heat to where it's that she'll be a great heel champion. And I just can't wait to see. But yeah, I got Alexa Bliss winning this one.
Mm, I'm gonna go with Naomi. She talked
Like I said,
about on Talking Smack a few weeks ago, her
yeah.
hometown of Orlando, Florida, her coming down that ramp of
That's normally a bad
WrestleMania.
sign.
I mean, hell, I just want to see her dance down the ramp with the championship. Whatever happens in the match happens. I just want that moment. Like I want to feel the glow on the way to the ring with the title.
Think about it though. 3 women's matches on a show. When was the last time we saw that?
I'm sure we got some fact checkers out there that could
Yeah.
check that. Probably it never. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Somebody in the comments let us know. Is this the first time that this has happened? And if not, when's the last time? Because I know it's been a while. It's been a while. Okay, what do we have up next? A handicap match. Kalisto and Apollo Crews versus Dolph Ziggler.
This match makes no fucking sense whatsoever.
And
I'm sorry.
it
Like,
makes
seriously,
Apollo Crews and Kalisto look like fucking chumps.
actually, no. I'll give you a perfect phrase for anybody who knows or watches Sanford and Son. Dummies. That's what they look like.
They look
No,
like some
Here's
straight up chumps, man.
no. Here's a quote. This is a major quote. Super dummies. That's what they're like. Like seriously, like this. When I heard Daniel Bryan make this match, I'm like, why am I supposed to feel bad? Why am I supposed to cheer that the heel is going to be in a 2-on-1 handicap match against 2 jabronis, unfortunately, in Apollo Crews and Kalisto when Dolph Ziggler, I am sorry, but this heel turn has been so weak. It has been very weak because he hasn't gotten better. He's still losing. Like seriously, when you make a heel turn, the heel turn happens for a purpose. And when the heel turn is made, that person's supposed, their character dynamic is supposed to change. They're supposed to be gaining momentum. They're supposed to be elevated a certain way, but yet Dolph is still in the same position he was at before the heel turn. And honestly, like seriously, again, why am I supposed to be happy that the heel is in a handicap match? And why am I supposed to cheer the 2 faces? Like seriously, 2-on-1 handicap match. It isn't. If the roles were reversed, then I get it. But when you have it the other way around, it just makes the baby faces look weak.
Like
and honestly,
punks.
yeah. And if Dolph loses, it makes him look weak. So I seriously don't see like what's the point of having this. And also, for the last month, it feels as if these guys have been cycling, like the never-ending cycling. There just hasn't been any substance to this whatsoever. I honestly hope Dolph Ziggler does win just so we can get away from this, because just send Apollo and Kalisto back to NXT, because Kalisto gets no reaction from the crowd. Apollo Crews barely gets any reaction from the crowd, and Dolph Ziggler is just a Shawn Michaels wannabe who needs to take those damn skinny ass tights off. But yeah, I can't stand this.
Yeah, this is what you get in Trump's America, man. Mm-hmm.
No. Well,
You
tell
guys
that
take
to
that for what you
Kalisto.
will.
Tell that to Kalisto.
Okay. I don't know about this one, so we're just gonna move
It's
on.
it's gonna be a bad match. It's gonna be bad. You know what would be funny though? What if one of them automatically turned? What if Kalisto or Apollo just turned on each other and then joined Ziggler?
That would make them seem like even bigger punks than they are right now, and
Yeah.
everybody leaves that one looking terrible. So no.
There you go.
Okay, and we have Luke Harper versus the 2017 Royal Rumble winner Randy Orton.
I'm sorry, I'm not even laughing at the match. I'm just laughing at the fact that you just said Randy Orton is the 2017 winner of the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
But I mean,
Yeah.
at least Roman Reigns didn't win. That's what most people are thinking. So they're fine that Randy Orton won, just as long as it wasn't Roman Reigns. So it's okay.
See, this just shows you how fickle fans are. That just shows that it's fine. But yeah, I'm actually fine with this match. I mean, we saw it a few weeks ago on SmackDown, and I gotta say, I really enjoyed Luke Harper's promo from SmackDown Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed it. Like at least he's showing some character development, which is what I always beg for from WWE. And at least Luke Harper, they are. I don't know if this is like a slow burn face turn, but I would tell you this: if they're doing it, it's definitely a hell of a lot better than they tried to do with Seth Rollins. But I will say this though: that moment from the match that Randy Orton and Cena had when Bray was interfering and Luke Harper made that run in, that discus clothesline was that had some malice to it. Like holy crap! Yeah, I got to go with Orton because he won the Royal Rumble. You got to keep his momentum. Even though it was fine for Cena to pin him, you got to keep that momentum. But it is kind of weird seeing Luke Harper has a little bit of momentum since he just turned face that you got to beat him.
Yeah, of course, Randy Orton is going to win this one. And this is another chapter in the continuing saga of the Wyatt family and their. And well, I don't know if they're really imploding. It's just Luke Harper. They casted him off to the side. Bray Wyatt hit the upgrade button, went from Luke Harper. No, he went from Eric Rowan to Luke Harper, then from Luke Harper to Randy Orton. So, yeah, Bray Wyatt has been making some big moves. Man, I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, big moves. And honestly, I think Eric Rowan is supposed to come back eventually. I hope he does team with Harper. Because that adds another tag team to that division number one. Because those two are going to need each other when Eric Rowan gets back, and it's just, it's
Or at least
funny.
Eric Rowan is going to need Luke Harper because Luke Harper could go on his own. But yeah, Eric Rowan
Let me
needs a
ask,
little bit of help.
let me ask this question. I mean, we've seen the character development from Harper pretty much since the Rumble. Like he's actually been showing some signs of conflicting, like doesn't know what to do, actually striking at Bray. I'm actually really liking this, but I don't know what they can do with Luke Harper as a singles guy because we saw what happened the last time when they did that. He didn't really stand out as much, even when he was the IC champion, and that honestly should not have happened. But if you really think about it, Luke Harper has probably had the most success out of all the members of the Wyatt family.
Uh, yeah, I don't think Bray Wyatt has won a. He hasn't won a title since he's been Bray Wyatt, has he?
Well, he won the tag team titles, but
Oh well,
still,
yeah, that. Um, shit,
you
that
think he
was
needs?
yeah, that was pretty
Yeah,
recently. So
yeah. You think Harper needs to change up what he looks like in order to like stand out more because he's just so
what could he change
ingrained
it
with that.
into?
How about why not actually go back and go look at some Bruiser Brody tapes? I don't know. Just change it up.
With the boots with the fur? That kind of
Yeah.
look?
Just gotta cover that damn bald spot on his head, then we'll be good.
No, I like the rough and ragged look of Luke Harper. I like it.
Yeah.
Um
What we got now?
and our main event, the Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Championship. John Cena, the champ, versus AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose versus The Miz versus Bray Wyatt versus Baron Corbin. As I said at the top of the show, this match is stacked from
Yeah.
front to back, and I just know that this is going to be a friggin' awesome match. I can feel that this is going to be an awesome match.
You wanna know what's interesting about this, they threw a bunch of statistics out. Cena has the most experience out of everybody in the chair match, and I think there's only two people that have been in the chamber that are participating in this match: Cena and Miz.
Mm-hmm.
Because Corbin hasn't been in it, Ambrose hasn't been in it, Wyatt hasn't been in it, and AJ Styles he hasn't been in it. So it's like you got a lot of new faces, a lot of new blood that might literally be on the canvas of that chamber. And I heard it's supposed to be a noon chamber. I don't know what that means, but I really hope that doesn't go blue. Can you imagine
Oh
if the
no,
elimination
that's
chamber?
way too corny. Way too corny.
Jay, have you forgotten what company we're talking about?
For a second, I did.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, I'm really am looking forward to this match. I think it's gonna be good, but honestly, I only see two people winning this.
AJ and Cena.
No,
Mm.
Cena and Bray.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I only see those people winning because I like I said, I just do not see WWE giving John Cena the 16th World Championship run and then having him lose it 2 weeks later.
Hmm.
That just really doesn't make sense. And honestly, you've heard the reports that the reason Orton won the Rumble because they want to do Bray Wyatt versus Orton for the championship at Mania, which I don't know why,
I see
but
that makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. I don't know what the hell they see in this Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton stuff because there is a point in time where SmackDown it was just firing on all cylinders, knocking it out of the friggin' park. And
yeah.
the only dark spot on the show was the Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton feud. But they invested so much time in it, and it's doing something to somebody in WWE backstage that it ain't doing to me. And I just want to know, what do they see? What's going on? Like, I'm gonna need them. You know how we
Hmm.
analyze stories and stuff. I want to see them
Yep.
do an interview. Whoever that person is, let us know what's going on because I don't
Yeah,
see
like
it. And if it's so damn good that you're gonna take the championship away from that orbit of AJ Styles and John Cena, I need an explanation. I want to know what the hell is going on.
yeah, not to mention you pretty much out of all the competitors match, you really don't know who goes where for Mania because I don't see where Dean goes because I think he's gonna be in some IC title clusterfuck. I mean, yeah, it's like you don't know what they're gonna do with the Miz. I mean, you really don't know like what they're gonna do. Like AJ Styles is probably the most. He's probably the one guy right now that absolutely has no spot, no major spot at WrestleMania this year, and I don't know why.
That would be a shame. It truly would be. After the year that he's had, it
Yeah.
really would. And the rumors that I'm hearing about him and Shane, what?
I don't know what that does. Here's the thing. I think it for fans out there, for hardcore fans, man, it's gonna be like a good hardcore, like high flying spot fest. But ultimately, what does that do for Styles? That's what people don't understand. What is that gonna do for Styles long term?
But
Because
see, a lot of
WWE.
folks don't care about that though. Like, as long as they get a good match, they're fine.
Here's the thing. You know what's funny? And I forgot where I heard this at. I could see there's another scenario that could happen. Cena loses the title or retains the title, and then somebody beats him for it on a SmackDown episode. Because remember,
Mm.
like just because the Chamber happens this Sunday, we're still a few like good month and a half away from Mania. We should know because we're gonna be at that son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
But and it's gonna be awesome. Believe me, people, we could tell you the stories we've been talking about. What's gonna happen this trip? We
Oh,
would,
it's gonna
but
be so wonderful.
yeah, but yeah, I mean, but yeah, it's just like there's just so much unknown when it comes to this match, and honestly, ultimately, Jay, I like it.
Yeah,
I
me
love
too.
it.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I'm glad that I can't figure this out because it is fun to actually figure out for yourself. But when you've heard the rumor WrestleMania card, like the what we've been hearing for the last week, it does make you wonder
Mm-hmm.
what in the world. And now I also heard that it's supposed to be John Cena and Nikki Bella versus the Miz and Maurice, which is another reason why I don't think Cena will retain it. Because it's like Jay Bray is pretty much the only obvious person that could win that if we're talking the chamber.
And see, that's only obvious from like I don't know, because I don't see that on screen. I don't.
Like
I
what?
know
Bray
the
Wyatt being the champion?
yeah, I understand how people are like, okay, Bray Wyatt is gonna win because the rumors are saying he's gonna win, and those rumors gain like traction and stuff like that. But
Hmm.
I haven't held just like I didn't get any indication on screen that Randy Orton was gonna win the Royal Rumble. So that
Yeah.
just seems like a very weird move to make there. But I mean, you have Bray Wyatt in the match. Um, Baron Corbin, he's been
Corbin's
gaining
been
some
cool.
traction lately.
He he pinned AJ
He
in the fatal
pinned
four way.
AJ Styles. And that was a moment for me. I was like, whoa, because you could tell I already knew they had Baron Corbin in this position that
Yeah.
I think I was talking about Sami Zayn last week when I said he is not like he's basically in a position where WWE, if they wanted to flip the switch on him and do
Hmm.
something with him and move him up a few tiers, then they can do it. I felt like that with Baron Corbin pinning AJ Styles, that was WWE flipping that switch, saying, "Okay, it's time." And the guy looks legit. Uh,
Hmm.
all of every single thing that he does on Talking Smack, it's wonderful. I love that character, the way that he portrays the character. I am a big Baron Corbin fan, and I'm telling you guys, wake up! Do not sleep on Baron Corbin. It's gonna come a
Yeah.
time where
Oh yeah.
this guy's gonna tear it
Hmm.
up in the main event, and I think we
Oh
got
yeah.
one step closer to it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, and let's definitely not discount the Miz
Of
and the Daniel
course.
Bryan. Well, let's talk about that. Let's real quick talk about that Miz and Daniel Bryan segment from Tuesday Night on SmackDown. That was just some great stuff. I will say I'm not really big on the whole "my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut" thing.
Hmm.
I'm not too big on that. But yeah, they just naturally have a great chemistry together on the
Yes.
mic. And you know what's funny? Daniel Bryan mentioned in an interview that he's not necessarily closing the door on like a payoff to this whole Miz thing. And
See,
honestly,
you can't do that, Daniel. You can't be getting folks' hopes up like that because I'm sitting here saying I don't see how this could end in any other way other than
mm,
Daniel Bryan and The Miz getting in the ring and duking it out. But you say something, you say, "Oh, I close it." Could happen. You're getting my so I
real quick, sorry, my bad. It's just let's real quick. Let's actually give credit to Dean Ambrose this past Tuesday night when he said that the Miz looked like a shoe.
he said he looked
That
like a shoe.
yeah. That's what I heard him say. Like when Dean's like that, I like it when he's like that. Not like comedy or like props Dean, like when he's just edgy and he can make jokes out of it. So yeah, you got a lot of great characters in this match, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of dynamics that could go
Mm-hmm.
down. If they say it's going to be a new chamber, I am really interested to see how they're going to do this match because you know they're going to use that structure in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But if you've actually looking over like the past couple of years when they've done the chamber, they haven't really gone balls to the wall crazy. Like to me, I'll automatically think like the best elimination chamber match will be the 2002 one. That's always going to be the best one in my opinion because that was the first. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they structure this match out.
Yeah, and I think it helps a great deal the fact that this is the only Elimination Chamber match
Yeah,
on the show. That's going to help it out a lot.
I heard a lot of people wanting a women's elimination chamber match, and I'm like, um, no.
Mm,
We gave them Hell in a Cell. We can't give them the chamber. That's too much. That's asking for too much, in my opinion.
yeah, I just think that's unnecessary in this case.
Yeah,
I like the fact that we have one elimination chamber,
yeah,
and me saying that it's not like as they would say, you had your time in the spotlight, back to
yeah.
your places. I'm not saying that. It's just that I like the fact that there is only one elimination chamber, so I'm fine with the women's matches being spread out. Um, anything more to say on elimination chamber?
No, I think it's a like. Here's the thing. I think it's gonna be one of these shows like where I'm not expecting too much because, well, traditionally the SmackDown pay-per-views have been much better than the Raw pay-per-views, other than No Mercy, which I didn't think was that good of a show in my opinion.
Hmm.
But but yeah, I think it'll be a decent show. It'll be an easy sit through to watch.
Alrighty. Anything more to say at all before we head off air?
What are your thoughts on this? Well, real quick, congratulations to the Rock and Roll Express on being the first. I mean, the tag team that's named for this year's WWE Hall of Fame. My love of tag team wrestling loves no bounds, and they're part of that. But what have you thought? Like, have you actually seen the rumored WrestleMania card? Like, have you seen the full card itself?
If I'm being completely honest, I'm so out of tune with wrestling news sites.
Yeah.
I haven't been on anything.
Well,
I did
I'll Nick
see about that Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, and then the like some
Johnson
other,
and
yeah, that, but I haven't
yeah,
seen much else.
Big Show versus Shaq. That's pretty much a done deal. AJ Styles versus Shane O'Mac. That's another one.
Sounds
Bray Wyatt,
terrible.
Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. That's another one for the WWE title. John Cena, Nikki Bella versus The Miz and Maurice. I told you. Um, what? Oh, Seth Rollins versus Triple H. Yeah, Seth Rollins versus Triple H. That apparently might still go down. Um, Reigns versus Wyatt, and then the main event for the
Reigns
Universal
versus who?
Championship. Oh, Reigns versus Taker. See,
Okay.
Reigns versus Taker, and the main event for WrestleMania. Apparently, Goldberg and Lesnar for the Universal title.
I'm sure you could throw Chris Jericho versus
Oh yeah, Chris Jericho versus Kevin
Kevin
Owens
Owens in there.
for either the Universal title or the United States title.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean that card. I'm like, other than 5 matches, that are legit. I don't know what to say about that card. And again, let me stress this: it's a rumored card. It's the rumored card, but knowing WWE, it'll probably be the set card.
I'll say this: I I hope Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar is for the Universal Championship.
Please explain to the people real quick before we have the IWC come out of their boots.
Bring it, bring it, because I got something for you. I'm telling you, if Goldberg wins that championship from Kevin Owens, I don't want to hear one goddamn complaint. If you are the type of person that has sat back and talked about how awesome and how funny Kevin Owens was, and you haven't held him to a higher standard than being a comedian, I don't want to hear one complaint about a part timer winning the title. I don't. And I'm just gonna leave it.
Yeah,
I pretty much talked about it all last week, though. The reason why
yeah,
I want a part timer to win the Universal Championship, because I think
yeah.
the title needs
Mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah, and Jay, I'm just warning you because it's like the IWC when it comes to the indie stars, and much like the TNA diehards, they just attack you just as soon as you say something bad about TNA. But
Cass, you know me, right? When have I ever been scared? Never.
never.
Bring it. Bring it.
There you go.
Because look, we'll get there. We'll cross that bridge when we'll get there. First, I gotta wait and see if he's actually going to lose the title. But yeah, I got a few things to say about Mr. Kevin James. So yeah.
Oh boy, that's pretty much it on my end.
Okay, guys. Thank you for tuning in to the PWF Empire podcast. Oh, really quickly before we head off air, we're working behind the scenes. We got some stuff coming up. I know it's been I've been saying that for a while, but we are working and plans are being put into motion. Um, and with that being said, if you are a fan of this podcast, I highly suggest that you subscribe to us on iTunes. You can find the podcast on iTunes by going to the iTunes store and searching for PWF Empire. Go ahead to the iTunes store, search for PWF Empire, subscribe to it. It's 100% completely free. The episodes will be automatically downloaded, and you can enjoy this podcast or continue to enjoy it because once the other content makes its way to YouTube, the podcast is going to be exclusively a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be on YouTube anymore because this is just up here in place of everything else, just so we have something on the channel and it isn't completely dead. But once we actually start uploading videos again to the channel, then the podcast is going to be exclusively a podcast and not on YouTube at all. So make sure you subscribe on iTunes. And that's it for us. I'll be back on Sunday with a review of Elimination Chamber. Until then, catch you later. Peace.
Later days. Is that it?